what's up? It's your host, Tori, and who is ready to be petty? I am literally the worst podcaster in the world. I was saying the other day, I should record a podcast. It's been 3 weeks. And yeah, you're probably thinking, oh, Tori, cut yourself some slack. We're in quarantine. Days don't matter anymore. But if you've been around these parts for a little while, you'll know that this is actually just this is classic Tori. But we're back with another great episode. I'm talking today with your friend and mine. And I can say that because the only people that listen to this are my friends. Champ is back. We talk about a lot of fun things. We're going to get straight to it. I hope you enjoy the show. Today is a very, very special day. I know that you all have been waiting for it. Champ is back on Ready to Be Petty. Welcome, Champ.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Good. It's been a while since we podcasted.
Been
Maybe a year or something.
Yeah, in a pre-COVID-19 society for sure.
I know. Times were different then.
Times were different. We could leave the house freely.
Yeah.
I could cough on whoever I want.
Amazing. Not anymore.
Not in this economy.
No. It's so nice to have you back. We're recording this on Zoom, obviously, because we can't see each other, even though we did have a social distanced birthday party yesterday.
Yes.
Champ's giving me the Jonah Hill.
You don't know these people, the social distance shamers. You don't know how far they're gonna go.
Oh yeah, we were spread out in a driveway and garage yesterday, and you wouldn't believe the amount of people that walked by and just openly stared. Yeah, whatever, we're doing our part to stay healthy and sane. Mm-hmm. Okay, actually I want to try something out on you, just a little just a little test, because Champ wanted to pitch me a bunch of things this episode, and I'm really down. I'm going to pitch you something right off the top of the show.
Okay.
Am I the type of person, I think I've probably pitched this to you before, but I will never let it go. Am I the type of person that can be well as I leave a room? Just...
Absolutely not. I don't know. It depends on whether the person you're saying that to knows you at all. Because if they know even a small iota of who you are as a person, you can't pull it off. Because they know it will not be sincere. You do not truly want them to be well.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So if I'm at the grocery store and it's a bunch of randos and I'm looking at the cashier, I can give them a little cheery, be well.
Yeah, sure, if you wanted to.
Amazing. Okay.
It sounds like actually you doing that to someone in the grocery store is very Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek, I think.
That is chef's kiss, perfection. I'm obsessed with that. I'm committing to the bit now that I will continue to do that. But yeah, I once said that to somebody and they were like, it seems like you're actually wishing ill on me. That tone of voice you're using is just the least sincere thing that I've ever heard. So
yeah,
we're in Canada, and I don't think we actually have any of these, or at least where we live, but drive-through pharmacies, where you can pick up your drugs and prescriptions from a window. But one time, this stuck with me so deeply. Once, probably 6 or 7 years ago, I was in Washington, in the Seattle area, and I went through a pharmacy drive-through, and the pharmacist said, "Be well," as I was leaving, and that's how much it stuck with me. That I was
wow. I kind of want to get into why you were going to a drive-through pharmacy in the States, but that seems too personal, and we won't go there on the pod.
Okay, amazing.
That'll be a follow-up question after we stop recording.
Okay, amazing. We're here today to talk about some fascinating things going on in the world, the stuff that really matters. The royal family. I got so much to say. The British royal family. Y'all heard of them?
Is there any other royal family that we care about? No.
No, absolutely not. I've literally unfollowed Instagram accounts that were like royal family, and then they would like, I don't know if it was like a dry week, like posted stuff about like the Spanish royal family. I'm like, unfollow.
No quiero, no quiero.
Celebrities during the coronavirus like outbreak, like what have they been up to, and why do we hate it? The Netflix shows that we are binging. I have so many things to talk about because that is the only thing that's keeping me going. And Champ Tank, a new segment where Champ tries to pitch me an idea and I'll opt in and out like I'm a shark on the critically acclaimed TV show Shark Tank. So we wanted to start with some royal family news because they've been busy. They haven't slowed down since we've had a stay-at-home order. We've seen a lot from Harry and Meghan. They've moved to Malibu. They moved from our tiny little island,
yes,
our city, Victoria, BC, Canada, to Malibu.
Which
what are your thoughts?
I don't know why.
Me neither.
I think it was a bad move. Also, they moved literally right at the climax of the pandemic. Like everything was happening, and they decided to move from a tiny island where we have like 21 active cases right now to the United States. They thought that was a good idea.
Good luck and God bless.
I get that they have like a giant compound where like clearly no one is breaching the perimeter of this compound, and like they're not going out. They have
they are.
You think they're going out like to the grocery store?
No, okay, yeah. Okay, they're not just fucking strolling to the grocery store like I am every Sunday, testing out Be Well salutations. But they were seen recently like bringing meals to like a shelter or something like that. Like handing out meals, and they were like in little masks and like walking their dogs and stuff. So yeah, it's so strange. Here's the thing. I will stan Harry and Meghan till the death of me. I think them leaving the royal family is amazing and unprecedented and like well deserved, and something that's probably been in the works for a long time. But the part that I don't get is this back and forth with the press that they are currently in. Because I do believe that they deserve privacy at their homes and stuff. But, like, then they move to, like, LA. Yeah. Like, it's this weird, like, contradiction of, like, okay, you didn't want that life, so you moved to our island, which is, like, amazing, to, like, live a peaceful life. And then, like, within a month or two, you go to Malibu. It just seems, I don't know, contradictory.
I think too, like if they truly didn't want access, like the press to have access to them, they would have stayed here and maybe they're still planning to like split their time. I don't know. But like, I know that in the anecdotal evidence that I've looked at, which is the Facebook page comments of a radio station, a local radio station.
Yes.
Which is where you find out the real, the lifeblood of the population. That's where you hear their opinions.
Of course.
There are people are like, they don't want the press here. They don't want the press to bother Meghan and Harry when they were here on the island. So it's like, do you think that they're getting the same treatment with the people of Malibu? No one cares about them there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, kind of what Champ is getting at is they lived in like a smaller suburb or like a smaller area in the greater Victoria region, and there's like tiny cafes and grocery stores where they like had signs that said like no press because Meghan and Harry were going there. And then the press contacted a little ferry driver, a little tiny ferry driver at like company to take them to the like waterfront view of Harry and Meghan's house, and he like declined. And they offered him like tons of press and money and stuff like that. And I think like you just won't get those type of people in Malibu.
Correct.
And I think like if we really drill down to it, though, it's me being jealous that I, like, didn't see them or, like, meet them before they left. Because what are the chances that they moved to our city in all of the cities in the world?
Yeah, the chances were, definitely slim that they
Yeah.
would, number one, would leave the royal family. Number two, would leave it to move to the greater Victoria area.
Yeah. Like, it's so unknown. And, like, I loved when I would, like, read articles like on Just Jared or like any other like gossip website, and they would like try to describe Victoria, and they would be like this tiny city on this island in Canada. Like, it's just so, that was like the worst description. I don't know why I used that one, but it was like they like didn't, I don't know, it's like weird how like no one knew anything about it. Yeah, they are still, like, it's been months and they're still getting pressed by all of the news junkets in England. They actually had, like, a huge loss this week where they, I guess, sued a bunch of newspapers for publishing private text messages and letters, like correspondence that Meghan had with her estranged father. Like, judge sided with the newspapers.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like, surprising to me. I don't know. Doesn't bode well for Harry and Meghan.
Yeah. Also, it's like, at this point, maybe this is controversial. Do we still care about them? Like, I feel like I don't care about, like, they're not doing anything interesting. What, she has a bad relationship with her dad? Like, tons of people have bad relationships with their dad. Like,
get in line, Meghan. Yeah, no, I know. I guess so. I think, like, the elephant documentaries.
Listen, the elephant documentaries are the pinnacle of the documentary world. Well, do you just hear how I said the word documentary? That's not how you say that word.
No, it is not.
It's also like, I haven't watched the elephant documentary, but I heard that Meghan's narration was critically panned. It didn't go over well, which now is like, thinking about it, if your narration of a documentary is the worst part of that documentary, are people not just saying like, we hate how your voice sounds, we hate how you read words?
Yeah, which, like, I get. Being a podcaster, I've got many a hate comment about my annoying voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard mixed reviews. It didn't, like, really, I feel like, get the attention. Like, it was, like, in and out of the news cycles, like, within hours. So, like, it must have not been that great. I watched, like, a trailer. I think she sounds nice. I don't know. Doesn't look great when you're, like, a retired actress, though. And you're, like, you, like, kind of dip your toes back into those waters and, like, doesn't land with the common folk.
The peasants.
Yeah, us. Yeah, I don't know. I relate to that. The voice stuff is, like, really annoying. Hot take, though, I should become a audiobook reader.
What animal documentary would you narrate? I'm gonna go with, here are my pitches.
Okay.
Meerkat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Meerkat documentary.
Do people care about those, though?
Everyone loves meerkats.
Okay, cool.
Do you think that it's also, all the animal documentaries are like wild animals that, like, I want to see a squirrel documentary. I want you to narrate the squirrel documentary.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like, I when I used to work in an office and had a window on, like, some green space, I had a pet chipmunk. No,
Perfect.
Squirrel. Chippy.
Also,
so
I
love
that you don't know the difference between squirrels and chipmunks, and that you call this squirrel Chippy. That doesn't bode well for your documentary performance.
I straight up don't know. What I also don't know the difference between.
Okay.
You know, and I know, or don't know the difference between Mennonite, Amish, and Mormon.
Yeah.
And I don't care to find out.
No disrespect to the
No.
Amish. That they're a big Amish population is listening to Ready to Be Petty.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
They
But
listen
yeah,
to it on vinyl.
I could see, okay, if the Meerkat doc is making me like America's sweetheart, sure, I'll do it.
You know, all those documentary narrators, that's the next progression is documentary narrator, America's sweetheart.
Perfect. Okay, but like, wouldn't it be fun if I narrated? People are listening and are just like, absolutely not. I can bear to stand another minute of this fucking podcast. But wouldn't it be like very cute if I narrated like a fun young adult novel or something?
Yeah.
And then like, what about if I did like some side commentary, like my perspective? Should I start a new podcast where it's just me reading out probably Twilight and giving the hot takes?
You can definitely see how that goes for you.
Okay, cool. Anyways, back to the Royals. Also, the elephant doc has got me heated.
Here's another point why I think that Meghan and Harry are just inconsequential now. That story where all those text messages were released, the biggest thing to come out of that was the way that Harry texts.
Completely.
That was the biggest thing. And if that's the biggest thing is that he uses the letter U instead of writing out Y-O-U.
An abomination. The people at his
Abomination? We wish.
Oh my God. Yeah, oh my God. Okay, no. If the people at like St. Luke's or whatever the fuck the private school that raised him was.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to go back in The Crown viewing of that. I think it's like St. Luke's or something like that.
Did he go to the same one that Prince Charles did?
I think so, and I think William did too, because it's like super famous. I don't know what it's called. Won't look it up. But
I remember the episode.
The teachers at St. Luke's are rolling in their fucking graves watching Harry type with a U. Like, honestly.
Do you think it's a British thing, though? Like, do you know when I'm thinking back to, like, the Daily Mail stories that I've read with text messages from British people, and you know how they always do, like, XX on the end of their text messages? Do you think that's just a British thing? Like everyone in England texts you the letter instead of the word.
Yeah, I actually think that might be a thing. And, like, I feel like also is how can you do that at the age that you are?
Yeah.
Because I used to type like that, like, in high school, maybe even college. I don't remember. But, like, as soon as you have a real job and stuff like that, you really can't, like, continue to
Also, if you're having a heated text discussion, like, with your estranged father-in-law, are you not writing out every single word? Like, are you not writing with perfect syntax to try to get the point out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because there's nothing that you could say, like, I want to leave no room for you to come at me. What about if Meghan's dad was just like, he said, like, just like you and then like equals YOU, or like something like, you know, like the differences between your and your.
Oh,
like his comeback was just like
asterisk YOU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, that was like alarming. I think also the other thing, not just the typing with you, because I won't look at him the same again, but when he was like, hi, again, I don't know the dad's name, Mark Markle.
Mark Markle. That's him. No, it's like Randy.
Got it.
It's something like that. It's like an old white man name.
Yeah,
Walter
100%.
Walter Markle. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, but Mark Markle receives a text message from Meghan's phone that's like, hey, it's Harry. I'm just borrowing Meghan's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how dare he? That was honestly, like, again, one of the worst parts of this.
Well, he's not really borrowing Meghan's phone. Meghan is handing him the phone and saying,
like,
you deal with this. I have an infant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you shocked that the royals have like phones and stuff? I just pictured them like phoneless.
Oh, you think? Well, this was back when the president followed the rules, but that was a
Yeah.
big thing with Obama is that he was addicted to his BlackBerry, and then they basically just gave him like a fake BlackBerry that had like Brick Breaker on it, and that's it, because he wasn't able to text for the security of the nation.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, I remember in Scandal,
Oh
like,
yeah,
when like Olivia Pope had to like give up her phone and stuff.
yeah,
So I just like assumed it was the same with the British royalty, but
yeah.
it seems like they do have phones to like text maybe within the family, but I just think that that's so risky.
Well, clearly it is because their text messages were leaked. So there you go.
Yeah. And like I don't know, it's probably boring shit that they're getting off of Harry and Meghan's phones, but like you should tap into some other members of the royal family. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. The other royal family news that has come out of the pandemic, other than Charles contracting corona, which
If there's one royal family member who speaks moistly, I'm telling you, Prince Charles is the candidate.
that's literally disgusting. Like a chill ran down my spine. And like, oh my God. Yeah, I know. But he's fully recovered. Camilla, honestly, probably thriving. Camilla released like a book list. Like,
Oh,
this
did
is
she?
what I'm reading during the pandemic. And honestly, it was good.
What is she reading?
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm gonna look this up. Okay, we'll look up everyone after this podcast is over.
Yeah.
Look up Camilla, or listen. If you're listening to this podcast, you can look it up during the podcast.
Yeah,
You don't
lucky
have to wait till
you.
it's over.
Yeah. We don't have the technologies, the capabilities to
The
do any of
Camilla
that.
book list. I'm gonna say what's on the Camilla book list. Probably like Twilight.
Yeah.
Probably like what's the hit book of today? Nothing.
I
There's no
haven't
hit
read a
books of
book in
today.
such a long time. It's
Publishing
so
is dead.
bad. Published. Oh my God. That's actually something that I've like promised myself to do is like get into books while I'm in a pandemic.
Okay, but you literally just said like, oh, Camilla's like book recommendations were actually amazing, leading us
Yeah.
to believe that you were cultured in literature. And
I
now you're
know.
just saying that you don't read anything. What's the
I
last thing you
know.
read? A long Instagram story? A text post from the Notes app?
Yes. Why I say it's good is because none of it was recent.
Right.
Not that it was like fucking like Wuthering Heights or something like that,
Right.
but it was like stuff from like maybe 5 to 10 years
Good
ago.
good pull, Tori, with the Wuthering Heights reference. That was really good.
Thanks. But like, yeah, it's because it wasn't anything recent. Am I
Right.
reading anything recent? No. But did I used to like books? Very much so. But yeah, the longest thing I've read is a TikTok caption.
Yeah.
lately. Yeah, or the subtitles on my Spanish telenovelas.
Right.
Like, that's it. So yeah, Charles survived Corona. Congrats. More importantly, the Kensington royal family, Kate, Will, Louis, Charlotte.
The last one is George. How dare you
And-
forget the future
George.
King of England?
No, I feel like George is like the annoying one.
Well, I think he's just like shyer than the other two. Probably
Yeah.
because like since he has been a small child, people have been like, you are the future king and everything you say will be scrutinized. And now
Yeah.
he has early childhood anxiety.
Mood. I think Charlotte is the real star of that. Recently, it was her birthday, and she was handing out food to like the underprivileged.
Yeah, she was handing out food to the peasants that she
Yeah.
rules
Rules
over.
over.
Yeah.
100%. And like that's like a good look. It was very cute. She was like going door to door, and like the houses looked like they did in like the movies.
Yeah.
Like, those little brick houses with like wood doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good press for her. She was also recently seen clapping for healthcare workers.
Yeah, her,
The
Louis, and
NHS.
George were all doing that, which we
Yeah.
have differing opinions on, I think.
Yeah, you liked it?
I thought it was fine because guess what? Here, first of all, I received a text from Tori and some of other friends that they
Yeah.
hated this. They thought it was
Yeah.
so tacky, and I had to remind them that these people are children. They're children.
That's who RTBP comes for nowadays.
Yeah.
Is the
If your
helpless
child,
children.
watch out.
Yeah, seriously.
You are not safe.
No. Yeah, I didn't think it was tacky. I just thought, Kate, it was weird that they like added, I think they added like kind of like sentimental music to the
Oh, okay.
background. And I like didn't love that. Plus, it's just weird because for me, clapping at 7 p.m. for our healthcare workers and other essential workers, when you can hear other people and like I'm standing on my balcony looking over at the next building and everyone's standing on the balcony and stuff, and the church bells are going off and I'm banging my pot and stuff like that. And it's like there's this sense of togetherness and community.
Right.
And like I just picture them with a single photographer, like a little butler with his fucking iPhone 10 or whatever, standing in the middle of a field in front of their front door, or whichever door. It's probably not the front door because it looked like a normal door, and like the front door of Kensington Palace is probably like very regal. And they just like walk out and clap, but it's like it's to like an empty field. I don't know. The sentiment was nice. The BTS, I think, was not great.
Can I put it to you this way, though? Do you think that them clapping on film and then being put on Instagram has reached more healthcare workers than you banging a pot on your balcony? Because you live near a hospital, can they hear you?
Wow. Okay.
Also, if a healthcare
Touché.
worker is at home, I feel like they're asleep. They're getting some well-deserved rest in, and the last thing they want to hear is freaking pots and pans being banged all around their neighborhood.
Fair. Yeah, they're like, I just got off a night shift and I'm trying to rest.
Yeah, you have family members that are healthcare workers. You should ask them how they feel about the pots and pans.
Yeah. Well, often they, like, when they're not working, are engaging in it. So.
Oh, they're banging the pots and pans?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Leaning out their windows and stuff like that. So. Yeah.
We saw. We were driving off the highway, and right on like one of the ramps off the highway, there were a bunch of people lined up banging pots and pans, and like one woman was shaking like a tambourine just on the side of the road.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it like rubbed me the wrong way, but for some reason it did. I liked when George looked back to see if Charlotte and Louis were doing it.
No, Louis did that to his older siblings.
Oh, Louis. Okay. He was just checking in to see if it was like a prank.
Which, by the way, we love Prince Louis on this podcast. We love Prince Louis. We love his like hand painting Instagram that came out.
Yes.
I'm really torn whether Princess Charlotte is my favorite or Prince Louis is now my favorite.
I think Charlotte is. I love when she like stuck her tongue out at people and stuff like that. That was.
Here's the thing, though,
iconic.
Is that I feel like Prince George is the one that has the responsibility of, of taking over the monarchy.
I know.
Princess Charlotte she can get away with being like the wild child of the family. Prince Louis has zero responsibility. When Prince Louis is going to be older, zero people are going to be interested in him. And I think that's what I like about it.
He'll be the Beatrice and Eugenie.
Yeah, exactly.
The royal family.
Like, do you know the Queen? The Queen has Prince Charles, Princess Anne, the one that we don't speak about anymore because he was involved with Jeffrey Epstein.
Ugh.
And then, do you know she has a fourth child that no one knows about?
No.
No one is checking for this guy. No one knows about him. No one cares about him. That's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, where you get all of the benefits of being a royal, but none of the pressure. I also was just so surprised seeing those pictures of Louis on their Instagram that was like, he's like a child now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we saw him as a baby, like a baby, and then it was like, oh my God, he's like a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Kensington fam feels some type of satisfaction that, because, okay, here's my thought process. Meghan and Harry had to shut down their Instagram account.
Mm-hmm.
The Cambridge family which is their proper name, I think. They're
Mhm.
Kensington Royals or something like that on Instagram. The Cambridge family spent years on their Instagram, and then Harry and Meghan came and like surpassed their followers in like one day.
Right.
But then they had to shut down that account, or
Oh,
it's like it's
interesting.
archived because they can't use Sussex Royal anymore, the
Right.
name. Do you think that the Cambridge family has some type of sweet satisfaction
Yes.
that they won?
Why do you think there was the rule that they had to shut down that Instagram? Do you think it came from William and Kate's Instagram people?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe not directly. Maybe they whispered in the ears of some lowly servant
Yeah.
who like passed. Like, I don't know why I still picture that they live in like the 1800s or
Yes.
whatever, but like I just like it couldn't come directly from them because that'd be too obvious. So they like planted seeds
Mhm.
of the idea to different people and then got it shut down.
Also, it's like, do you think moving forward, like, I don't think Meghan and Harry are releasing photos of Archie. I think
No.
they're keeping that under wraps in a big way. And it's like, if you want to see an actual royal family, that's like how they're growing up. That those are the people you have to go with. Will and Kate and the kids. You have to go
Yeah.
with them because Meghan and Harry aren't going to give you anything anymore other than nature documentary narration.
Yeah. And they're like upcoming like thing on Netflix with the Obama family, I think, or like Oprah or something.
I have no idea.
Hopefully it gets more of a splash than the elephant one. Just speaking of celebrities in general during the pandemic, it's been like nuts seeing people like come up with a second like side hustle or like a different plan than just like being famous.
Way to stay relevant.
Right? Yeah, like a way to continue to have people care about them
Yes.
even though they're doing nothing.
Because these Hollywood people, like, they can't film anything. Like, there's
No.
nothing unless you have already completed all the filming on something and it's in the
Yeah.
tank and ready to be released, which
Yeah.
seems like they're just burning through things to be released. Like, things are
I
being
love
released
it.
every single day now.
Yeah.
Unless you have that, you're not filming anything new. So you
Yeah.
can't stay relevant.
Yeah, so you have to go on Instagram Live. That is the only solution.
How many celebrities? You know what? I think this is a good thing about if you follow too many celebrities, you're to get to your actual Instagram stories, you have to scroll through like 50
Pages.
Instagram lives. I think that's the sign that you follow too many celebrities.
Oh, it's painful.
Yeah.
Because you know I do. Like, you know, that's me every fucking morning. What's the worst celebrity like attempt at, I don't know, contributing to like content culture have you
I just think
seen?
that the cast reunions to come
Ugh.
together to watch something that they made ages ago, I think that's the real sign whether your show is beloved or not, is whether
Yeah.
people care about that, because there's so many and like some really take off, like Parks and Rec coming back,
Yeah.
the cast reunion for that special,
Blew up.
super huge.
Yeah.
The cast of the 90210 reboot coming together to watch the first episode,
Never
no one
heard of
cares
it.
about you.
No, absolutely not. No, I know. I think like another thing though is like even just the fact that you are reuniting on Zoom in a pandemic shows that like maybe your show was not it.
Yes.
like if you didn't have like a full production 10-year retrospective on like NBC,
Yeah.
like was it, I don't know, was it good? I don't know, a hot take, but like if you're meeting and you're like Skyping in from your like Malibu balcony on your reunion show like 6 years after it finished, like I don't know, that's just not it.
I think it's because people clamor for some shows to be reunited. People have been asking for a Friends reunion
Yeah.
since the dawn of time. And
Yes.
it's like, I think some celebrities look at that because they don't have any perception of how they're actually, whether they're beloved in Hollywood or not. And they're like, oh, people want a Friends reunion. I'll reunite with the cast of, I don't know, can't.
One Tree Hill.
Yeah,
There was
I'll
a One
reunite
Tree
with
Hill
the cast of
reunion.
One Tree Hill.
Yeah, it was like not it. I think the saddest like reunion fail for me was I was on TikTok and for some reason Coach Bolton from High School Musical, I think just one. Actually two, actually I think he's maybe featured in all three, but prominently in drives the narrative, the plot line in High School Musical 1. His TikToks come up on my For You page all the fucking time. Like, I am constantly watching Coach Bolton TikToks, and he acts exactly as you would expect Coach Bolton in the movie to act on TikTok. Just like a 40, 50-year-old basketball coach that has found this app. But the saddest, like the biggest fail was when it was actually so sad, like a tear was brought to my eye when he was watching the High School Musical reunion uninvited from his home.
But that was for like a sing-along, like some sort of sing-along on the Disney Channel or something like that.
He was a major player in the...
But did he have any songs?
No, but he does like sing and dance. That was like another shocking thing to learn is like he can keep up with the best of them.
Do you know the big controversy with the High School Musical reunion was that Zac Efron did not participate in the song portion of the sing-along. He just introduced the cast, which leads me to believe that he wasn't actually singing in those movies.
He wasn't singing in the first one.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it was Drew Seeley.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me twice who Drew Seeley is, that's for sure. I know the guy.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I can't wait till he reunites with whatever other shows he was on. No, I don't know who he is.
Okay, he was in a Cinderella.
You're thinking of Chad Michael Murray.
No,
you're thinking of Hilary Duff is who you're thinking of.
No, he was in, I think, a Selena Gomez version of Cinderella.
Never heard of it.
And I think he was in, not BTS, that's a like Korean,
that's
like a
K-pop
band.
K-pop.
No, Big Time Rush, BTR.
Oh, okay.
I think he was in, maybe, question mark? I don't know. No, he was like a C-level Disney star with like the ages of like Miley, Selena, the Sprouse twins.
So
like he was in that era.
If you're a C-level Disney star, does that what is your level in the actual Hollywood hierarchy? You're like G, H,
unmentionable.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he did the vocals. Like I think that there was like parts where they overlapped Zach's voice in the first movie, but he did the singing, and you can actually like tell if you like really listen to it. And then the whole cast went on like a summer tour, like an arena, like stadium tour.
Okay.
And the only person that didn't participate was Zach, and Drew was the Troy.
Oh, really?
That's like some deep sleuthing, I feel like, on my part that I'm digging up.
Deep HSM trivia for you.
Yeah, I think like going back to the celebrities on social media, I think like a lot of it's bad content, but I think my favorite parts are when like you can tell that their manager, like it's not like an interview that was like scheduled by their manager where they like get briefed before the interview and the manager reads over the questions from the host and stuff. Like everything is more ad lib. So I find that we're getting more like mistakes and like accidental like fuck ups and people getting canceled.
Well, this is all content driven too. By these celebrities, which just makes you appreciate that there's writers and editors out there and directors that can control these people into a somewhat half-decent performance. It's like, did you watch the video where all the celebrities were singing John Lennon? Imagine All the People?
Oh, discussed heavily on this podcast.
Oh, okay, sorry.
As an absolute fail.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad and like out of touch.
Did you discuss Vanessa Hudgens on Instagram Live talking about, speaking of High School Musical?
About respecting the coronavirus. And
No, it was about how she was talking about, like, does everything need to be canceled? I think spurned by probably the cancellation of Coachella or something like that. Something
oh
she really
yeah,
wanted to go to, wear a
she
hippie
is the
outfit.
Coachella. Yeah, she is the Coachella queen, like the Coachella OG.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she was complaining that all these things were canceled, and she was like, it's a virus, and if people die, then they die, and everyone doesn't like when you tell them that people have to die. People don't like that, it turns out, for Vanessa Hudgens.
No, that's not a good look.
No.
I feel like after that happened though, she posted like, again, this is like the way to do it, like 18 videos and like TikToks of her singing High School Musical shit.
Yes.
Because it's like, how can you hide? How can you bury me saying that it's okay for people to die? Like, pump out the content of me singing your favorite classics.
Soarin' Flying.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your head
Breaking
in the game.
Free.
Do the basketball routine.
I don't think she did that.
She did do that one? Okay.
No.
That was
no.
Drew Seeley only? Okay. Got it.
Yeah, Drew Seeley probably like did the choreo for that number. Like fucking
He pumped up the basketball at least.
Undeserved king. Why do you think people love all this nostalgic shit? Is it because we're all like anxious little beans right now?
Yes.
And like it's comforting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like I watched all of the Vanessa Hudgens things.
Okay.
Like she was canceled, and then like I still was doing like a fully produced High School Musical number in my apartment, holding a wooden spatula as a microphone.
Yeah, people want that because it makes them forget about the horrible state of the world.
Impending doom. Yeah. Yep, okay, I get it. No tea, no shade. That's fair enough. The thing that's been getting me through the pandemic is everything on Netflix.
Yes. We love Netflix.
Okay, I had the worst thing ever happen to me. The other day, I'm on my family's account. There's 5 members of our family, works out perfectly.
Who pays for it?
My daddy.
Yeah. Guess who pays for it in my family?
You?
I pay for it.
Wow.
My family is freeloading off me.
Wow, we love that. That's like those like TikToks where like the kid gets their like parent like a coffee or something like that, and they're like, don't worry about it, like keep the change even though you like drain all of their money. That's you right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really a drain on my family's resources anymore.
You were at one point.
Yeah, probably. Compared to my brother and sister though, I'm the lowest.
Independent. Nice. The worst thing happened to me, I was on Netflix, or like I was watching Outlander, which is my new obsession, and I like went to make a snack or went to the bathroom or something, and I went to go press play, and we only have the account because we live in it's like fucking dire straits around here where 2 people can be watching at the same time. And my dad was watching a comedy special.
Right.
And my sister was watching, I can't remember, and my sister was watching like some docu-series, like murder mystery thing. And so I couldn't even watch Netflix, and I had a meltdown.
Because like you couldn't watch the spicy content that is Outlander.
It's like, okay, like I cannot believe how, like, actually, I don't know why I'm like surprised, because I fall down these rabbit holes so often where like I will find one thing I like and then it becomes my entire personality. Like when I started watching Las Chicas, and I was literally gonna dye my hair black and wear a red lip, like and like now I'm like, should I start saying I instead of yes? Like should I start studying Gaelic? Possibly. I'm like planning my next trip to Scotland when all of this is over, but it's like shocking. I fell down this rabbit hole so quickly. Except for I'm scared. If no one's watched Outlander, it's like a time travel show predominantly based in Scotland, even though the later seasons they like go to like the US and stuff, which I I like almost like want to stop watching because it's so good right now and I feel like it's gonna like quickly go downhill.
Right.
It's basically romance novels turned into a TV show, which I don't normally like love, but like I love this TV show.
It's like Scotland, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But for some reason, like I find it like that's okay. Like, I'm not embarrassed by it, which I would be embarrassed if I said that I liked 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is because there is none, but for some reason it, like, just works. But it's also, like, really easily bingeable, which is necessary, like, thing that you need right now. Like, it needs to be something where you can watch 10 episodes and not move out of your bed.
Right.
Yeah, what have you been watching lately?
On Netflix, the dating shows have been very prominent lately. We've watched Love is Blind and also Too Hot to Handle. Love is Blind, if you have not watched it, don't waste your time. It's a waste of time. It's only 10 episodes,
so this is great.
but it's hot trash.
Don't have to tell me twice. I won't be watching it.
It's one of those things. It's very similar to The Bachelor in that each episode only one interesting thing happens and everything else they stretch out for the entire episode.
I can't with those TV shows anymore. I'm just like not interested.
Also, like each couple's journey, each person's journey, it's like one thing. Like there was this one couple where the one woman is 38 and the one guy is, or no, she's like 34 and he's 24. Like there's a 10-year age difference between them.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that they ever talk about as part of their relationship is this age difference. And you have to listen to that for 10 episodes. It's like nothing happens. There's no growth. Yeah. Like the editing is so choppy. It's Nick Lachey. I can't believe you haven't watched this. Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey are the hosts. And
I know.
They're only on like 3 episodes because you don't have to really host a dating show at all.
Yeah.
So the very first episode, they're introducing themselves and she's like, I'm Vanessa Lachey. And he goes, and I'm obviously Nick Lachey. That's how he introduces himself, Tori.
The thing is like, no one obviously knew that.
No.
Like, the majority of the viewers did not know that. But honestly, good for them for landing a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Even though they've never been mentioned, like, once in their 3-episode appearance.
No.
Like, not a lot of, like, career boosting material.
No.
But it's actually, like, weird to me how I've never watched Love is Blind because I feel like it's a TV show that is, like, literally created for someone like me.
Yes, I think so.
But I haven't watched it, and I, like, don't care to.
Too Hot to Handle. Are you familiar with the premise of this show?
Yes. I am.
So
do you want to explain
all
it?
these, hot people go into this house, and they're told they're not allowed to hook up at all. If they hook up, they lose money from this communal pot of money that they have.
How much is, like, a kiss?
A kiss, so they start out with $100,000. A kiss is $3,000.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, then there's stuff that goes like, if you're going all the way on the show, it's like $30,000, I think is the price tag on it.
Okay, I have some things to say about this. Okay, that's fucking insane. Where are these people from? Like, are they from the UK?
They're from all over the place. There's one girl from Vancouver.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a couple people from the States. There's a girl from Ireland. There's a couple people from England. I'm trying to think if there's any other people that are on that show. I think it's just England, like the UK, Canada, Australia.
Okay, so like Commonwealth countries. Okay, so here's the thing though. If you don't do anything on the TV show and walk away with your $100,000, you're leaving, not creating any good TV.
Yes.
If you spice it up, lose some of your money, but become like either the villain or like the beloved sweetheart, you're walking away, even though you're like having sex or whatever, which is totally fine. you're leaving with like a career.
Yes. So
So
that's
I would
basically what
like that would be
happened.
my strategy.
Yeah. Is the people that lost the most money out of this pot, uh, because they're hooking up, are now the people that like really are the only two people that anyone has any interest in.
Yes. So that's what I would do is I would strategically lose money, wink wink, and then I would build my like SpawnCon influencer career off of this.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally okay with that.
The thing about this show too is like all these people coming in are like either self-diagnosed or the show has diagnosed them as like these
Like
are
addicts?
no, but these are people that are like they're only focused on hooking up. Like that's all
Right.
they want to do, and the show is
Right.
like, hey, try to be a better person, which is like
Oh.
a little bit slut shamey, and
Yes.
don't know how that's gonna hold up with
The test of time.
yeah, in 2020 social justice circles, but it's a very
Yeah.
entertaining show, and definitely much better edited than Love is Blind.
Okay, this is what I wanted to say, and I'm actually glad you brought this up because I've only watched like the fucking Netflix trailer that pops up and auto plays
Yes.
when you're like trying to find a fucking TV show. I've only seen that of Too Hot to Handle, but like even just from that trailer, I was worried that people that aren't like media literate would see this as like sex is bad, sex will cost you something.
Yes.
Don't hook up with people because it makes you a bad person. Like it seemed very like sex negative.
Yes.
Is this a correct assumption that if you are not media literate and can see it for like a fun game show that it's like actually like detrimental to like
Well, I don't know. Like, if you're just tuning in for like a fun show,
Yeah.
you're probably not media literate. Like we
Yeah.
were just tuning in to just like watch something fun and be entertained
Yeah.
by these funny people that were on television. Because a lot of them are like also like saying very funny. They have very funny
Totally.
confessionals and things like.
Of course.
But also like if you're wanting to analyze every little detail, you're probably seeing it for what it actually
What it is. Okay, because that's me. I think like I used to watch all these TV shows like blindly, and now I can't without seeing like the repercussions that it has on like certain like narrative, like the narratives that like Bachelor is pushing forward about like couples and when you can have sex and how you should date and like whatever. So yeah, I like maybe that's why I'm not interested in it. But you're saying that I should watch it.
It's very entertaining.
Okay.
They also do that thing. You've watched The Circle.
Yes, I love.
They do that thing where like Michelle Buteau, she does the narration over the whole season of The Circle. So they have someone doing that as well that does.
Oh, I like that. I really like that style of like editing and stuff on reality TV.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I'm interested in that part. I just feel like I know too much to, I don't know. It just seemed like, you're right, slut shamey and like guilting people for having sex. But I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out.
Although all the people on the show, like there's definitely some people that I didn't like on the show, but they weren't for any reason other than they're like annoying or a bad person or like very complainy. But like most of the people on that show come off very well at the end of the show.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so
that's good. I like that when people have like redeemable characters. That was like probably why I liked The Circle too.
Yeah.
Is like, except for like the guy and his mom. Tammy, Ed or whatever, like they were a disaster, but like everyone else was super enjoyable, and like I love watching reality TV and then like feeling good about it and not like all of a sudden seeing that this person like is actually awful and like doing awful things or whatever like on the side.
Versus Love is Blind, which is supposed to be like the like romantic, like actual genuine show. There's like 2 good people on that show and the rest of them are dirtbags.
I hate that. Not interested. I'm into feel good reality TV nowadays.
Yes.
Because it's all we have to hold on to. Sad. The other TV show that we recently got into is Never Have I Ever.
I've only seen 1 episode. Good so far. Like a classic
It's
Mindy
really
Kaling
good.
stuff.
Yes, yes. I love, there's nothing better than like a teen comedy romance, like high school life TV show.
I
Like that is my sweet spot. I have not grown out of that.
I would definitely say there's some things better than that for me, but I see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I loved like Gossip Girl, 90210, One Tree Hill, The OC.
Right.
Like, there's
You know,
nothing, and I
those
guess those aren't
classic teen
comedy.
comedies.
Riverdale before it got bad. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess those aren't like teen comedies per se, but like those, I don't know, those types of movies, like She's the Man or like John Tucker Must Die, like
Right.
that type of like shit is so good. And I feel like Never Have I Ever is like that, but the 2020 version. It has really good casting. One girl is from, the main character, Davy, is from Mississauga,
Yes.
Ontario, Canada, which is like huge. Yeah, it just, everyone should watch it. I think it has like a lot of depth as well as being funny and some really cool new actors and actresses that will like come out of this TV show.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would give it a 5 out of 5.
And have you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I
Oh,
watched
okay.
it all in one entire sitting.
Oh, wow.
Like I think, is it hour episodes or I hope it's 30 minutes.
No, it's definitely only 30 minutes.
Okay, good. Okay. And I think it's like 10 episodes or so, or maybe
Yeah.
like 12, 13. It was one of those TV shows that I started it at like maybe 9 or 10 p.m. and I was watching till like 3 a.m. But it was like, I'm not going to bed until I like figure out where this story goes, which I think is like really unique to a lot of TV shows. It was a good reprieve from my Outlander. Like there's
Right.
not a lot of similarities or crossovers in
Right.
those two shows. Okay, a new segment. Our last topic of this podcast is a segment we're gonna call Champ Tank, where Champ pitches me on an idea, and I'll tell you if I'm in and out or out.
Okay. Social distancing is the buzzword of 2020 so far. Everyone's talking about it.
100%.
How you have
Yeah.
to be 2 meters apart from anyone around you.
Yeah.
If you're going
Yes.
outside for a walk, you need to be far away from people. People can't stand close to you in stores.
Yes.
If you're in a
Yes.
lineup, you need to be 2 meters apart at all times. And
Yeah.
here's my pitch to you. We
Okay.
implement social distancing all the time, always, even after the coronavirus has been cured.
Wow.
Because guess what? I
Wow.
don't want strange people standing
Yeah.
close to me anymore. I don't
Ugh,
want it.
I know.
If I'm passing someone
No
on the
quiero.
sidewalk, I want them walking on the grass.
Same.
Get away from me.
Same. Oh, same. Okay, honestly, when you first started talking, I was like, no way. I don't want it. TikTok reference. But honestly, I'm down. I actually agree with this. Do you know what I hate most in life?
I
Is
couldn't
like-
even begin to guess what you hate most in life because you hate so many things about life. But go ahead, please tell me.
Oh my god. The thing I hate most in life is when you're standing in like a fucking Starbucks and there's some bitch breathing down your fucking neck.
Standing so
in
close.
line.
People
Ugh.
behind you stand so close to you. There was this one
Ugh.
time where I was buying my sister an Aritzia gift card, which,
Cute.
by the way, this was for Christmas.
Trauma.
Christmas-
I feel like-
Christmas is truly the worst when I have to go
Yeah.
into a female-centric store and stand in
Yeah.
a line to get a gift card. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I know.
But there was this
Honestly,
woman
I'm
behind me.
traumatized by going into a Aritzia too. Like, don't worry. Like,
There was this woman behind me, and she was standing so close to me. It
mhm.
was unseemly.
What do you do? Because I'm the type of girl that does a sharp turn, a
Okay.
180 turn, did a full 180, and I give them the look of fucking death, and then I whip back around.
Oh, see, I don't do that because I am a male and I can't do that in the middle of Aritzia. But I just try to If someone's moving forward, I try to just like stand my ground, like maybe like put a foot back so they're back further,
Right.
something like
Right.
that. But in social distancing, if we implement this all the time, I can just turn around and say 2 meters.
Yeah,
Get back.
have you done that?
To anyone, no.
Yeah. Neither have I, even though I've wanted to, trust me.
But it's like if you're in the
Yeah.
grocery store, no one can come up to you and like reach over
Yeah.
you to get something off the shelf that you're at. You can't do that
Yeah.
anymore. You can't pass someone. If you're a group of, there's always these groups of like 3 people walking and they don't move over on the sidewalk. You
Oh.
can't do that
Oh.
anymore.
Honestly, I wish ill will on you and your entire family
Yes.
if you don't fucking go into a single line as we're passing on the
Yes,
sidewalk.
you can't do that anymore in social distancing.
Oh, it's horrendous. Like I see couples and they're like continuing to hold hands and I'm like, "Oh, I'll just walk into the road. Thank you." Like go single file.
Yes.
I will say as a woman who often gets approached by people because they just think they can talk to you in public.
Right.
I don't know why, because I have the biggest resting bitch face that anyone has ever seen, which does not play well on Zoom. I've found out from this work from home life. But I love that people don't think that they can talk to me in public now.
Yes.
Like I'll still get shouted at and stuff like that,
Right.
like from across the street. But I love not being approached.
Yes.
By people who think it's okay to engage in conversation with me, even though I have my fucking headphones in and look like I want to murder people.
Right.
Yeah. So that's been a blessing. Honestly, I'm down. I am fucking down. I think 2 meters in lines, moving single file as you like cross the sidewalk. I honestly think Cuomo or whatever the fuck his name is.
From New York, the New York governor.
Yes. That gentleman. I think he's right that handshakes are dead.
Handshakes are dead. Why do we do that? To prove how strong we are?
I don't know, but I had an interview last summer when I was like looking for a new job, and I didn't shake the hands of the people who interviewed me because it was like a panel and it was like Aki with like the tables and stuff like that. And like, what was I supposed to do? Like walk down the panel, shake their hands like I was on American Idol? No. So I just left, and literally I walked out of the room and was like, I don't think I got that job because I didn't shake their hands.
And did you end up getting that job?
No.
There you go.
like that's the only reason.
There's someone that I know in my life. I won't tell you in what circle I know them, but when you interact with them, they will always start off by coming in and shaking your hand.
No.
Not interested.
That wouldn't be a circle I would run in.
No. Well, listen, it's not a circle I choose to run in. Let's just put it that way.
Yikes. Yeah, I agree that they're unnecessary and like literally what is it? This is the thing though, is I was also that bitch that went to Spain and like tried to bring back like a double cheek kiss to Canada.
No, that's not a thing.
Cause like it's okay, like it is though really funny that like North Americans are viewed as like cold and not affectionate to like family and friends. Like we don't like hug or kiss as much as like other people in other countries. Like I'm thinking of like South America or Europe. And now we're getting rid of like the one like thing that we would do to greet people. Yeah. One time I gave a handshake to a person that was just reaching out to like grab something that was in my hand.
Oh.
This was years ago and I still think about it. Do you ever just like wake up and you just like think about things that you did years prior that just want to make you scream?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, this one for sure haunts me. So I'm all for getting rid of handshaking. I'm down to keep social distancing. So do you mean that if we go over to our friend's house, say for a Survivor Wednesday, we need to keep 2 meters apart?
You know what? We can still do everything the same we would with people that we are close to, but any
Yeah.
type of strange person, any type of
Yeah.
person that we have no, familiar relationship with, I don't
Yeah.
want to interact with them in close proximity. I don't want them to be close to my body.
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
On buses,
I
can you
could not.
believe, I was thinking about this, how many times have I gotten on a crowded bus that's just like packed in, and it's like if one person is sick there, that entire bus is sick.
Ugh, it's not even the germs that I care about, honestly. It's just the just thinking about being close to a stranger right now, honestly, just ruins my entire life. But I agree, like, how many times have you gone in a packed bus, taken off your backpack or whatever, and like had to like move your entire fucking body across someone else's body just to like find a fucking seat?
Yes.
Not interested. No, I'm not interested.
Anyway, that's my pitch, and all I'm asking for, as per Shark Tank rules, all I'm asking for is $17 million for 4% of my company.
If I do the quick math, I don't know what it is. So you value your company at blank $trillion. Honestly, I'm investing. I'm in. I don't have much to offer, but I'll be a silent contributor.
Perfect.
Or whatever. I can read your you won't be producing audiobooks, but I can read your like ads or something like that. The thing, I think it actually will continue for a long time, because I think even once there's less restrictions on social distancing and staying at home, I still think people are going to be super cautious for maybe like the next year or whatever. So I don't know, maybe that will be long enough to like actually keep some of these practices. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing pisses me off more when you're like putting your blanket down at the beach or like at a park and it's like empty, and then like a family just like decides to set up their like entire fucking picnic right next to you.
Have you ever sat on like a park bench and someone comes and sits down on the same park bench with you? Get off. This is my
disrespect. Bench. I know. Who thinks they have the right?
You know who it is? Elderly people.
Yeah, I know.
People who are coming in contact with me, even in this social distancing, and a lot of people have been saying this, like at grocery stores, in public, at the pharmacy, old people get into your space like no other.
Yeah, people usually would be cautious about trash talking elderly people on a public platform, but know what? At RTBP, we come for kids and we come for our elders. Like that. Because honestly, you're completely right. I have very few stats to back this up, but every single time I go to the grocery store, who's the bitch that's walking down the one-way aisle the wrong way? Some fucking old lady. Yeah. Honestly.
I've heard this time and time again.
And then you feel too guilty to be like, hey, lady.
Sorry, old people. We know you're listening and we want you to stay away.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, every single time like that someone's breaching the fucking rules, they're old. I can guarantee it. Or they're like children. Like yesterday we saw like a gaggle of children.
Oh, that's right.
Like scootering, and I was like, doubt you're all siblings. I love how I was like at the beginning of this podcast mad that people were judging us for sitting 2 meters away from our friends at a birthday party yesterday, but by the time we've reached the end of this podcast, I have turned full circle as the judger. Yeah.
And anyway, every time I record a podcast with you, Tori, I always think about who, if this actually goes viral, who is coming for me? Like, who is sending angry tweets? And this time it's children. Yeah. Lovers of Meghan Markle.
Yeah. I love her. Don't get mad at me.
The crew of that elephant documentary.
Yeah. The cast and crew.
And old people.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny. I think of that too. I'm like, what will be my downfall in 10 years? And it's probably the statements about old people that I just made on this podcast. And like the 90210 Beverly Hills cast, minus the actual famous people, I think, from the show that never
Right.
attended the reunion, but all of the people we haven't seen in 5 years.
Yes.
Yeah. They'll be sending this out to the newspaper articles, and then we can get into our own press battle.
Yes. Release the text messages for sure.
Yeah. I spell out
Y-O-U.
Y-O-U. I think that's it from us, Champ.
I think so.
Awesome. It was so nice to talk to you. I hope you all enjoyed the new segment, Champ Tank. We need a little jingle or something.
Right.
Maybe like something with Baby Shark. Or...
Right. I'll leave that up to you.
Thanks for coming on. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Ready to Be Petty.
Yeah. Talk to you in 2021 for my next podcast appearance. You have a long time to create that jingle.
Yeah. No, maybe we'll workshop it. Maybe we can get the listeners of the pod to contribute ideas, and we can have a full episode of the Champ Tank. Okay. And then when I have my own podcast network,
right,
it can just be you can have a full podcast on
Perfect.
it. Okay. So then people can then podcast about you snatching your wig
right.
like we do to them. The children and the elderly will assemble. I love that for us. Thanks for coming on, Jake.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Thanks again for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can get more content on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you like what you hear, it's always appreciated if you leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and a cute little review. I hope in these trying times that you're staying healthy and well. As always, I'm your host, Tori, and I'm ready to be petty. See you soon. Bye.